Hmm. Chapter number 16, we were discussing Indian Pakistan freedom movement, and we have discussed about the introduction, about the freedom of the subcontinent from the Britain. Okay, so we have already discussed the three great leaders. Who were the three great leaders? Who want to explain me?
Miss, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you clearly.
Okay. Miss, the three great leaders. Miss, 25 years as they were in this miss in the last 25 years of the British Empire India, the three great leaders were Jinnah, Gandhi and Nehru. Their paths like crisscrossed a lot in 1948. In 1940, in which in those years Jinnah and Gandhi they both died. Jinnah, miss, he came from a very prosperous Muslim family. He had connections both in Karachi and Bombay, that is now Mumbai. He was well educated in Karachi before he traveled to England to be trained as a lawyer. While he was in London, the young Jinnah he met Dadabhai Narji, and he also helped him in Finsbury, that is a part of London, so that he could become a British member of the parliament. On returning to India, Jinnah became a really successful Bombay lawyer and was a lot active within the Indian National Congress. At that time, he was really impressed by Gokhila, and he went with him on the Congress delegation to London 1930. The British they were really impressed by Jinnah's thinking and his ability as a public speaker.
Okay, stop. Okay, yes. What happened in 1930? Who wanna tell me? Yes, Alina.
Miss 1930 or 1913?
1930, 1930.
Okay. In 1930, Jinnah's wife died, and by the arguments when the Muslim League, he was very depressed because of his wife's death, and by the arguments when the Muslim League, he left politics and moved to London and a legal career.
Hmm. Okay. So Qaeda Azam Madri Jinnah, he was the only the member of the Muslim League in 1913. Yes. He was just only the member of Muslim League in 1913 only. या वो किसी और पार्टी में भी काम कर रहे थे, जैसे वो मुस्लिम लीग के जो थे वो पार्टिसिपेंट थे. यस अहमद.
Miss, he was in the Muslim League in 1930, and he hoped that the both Congress and the League would work together to to gain freedom from the British, and so that they could create a united country.
Okay, and who gonna explain me about the Gandhi's role, or who was
Miss
that
Nair,
person? Sure.
Miss Gandhi was the son of a senior government official who was in Gujarat. His mother was a devout Hindu, and she had a strong influence on Gandhi. And he went to London and had been trained to become a lawyer. When for 20 years he lived in South Africa, and he created a very large Indian community over there. And in South Africa, he developed this method of satyagraha and which we call it non-violent protest.
Mhm.
Then Gandhi returned to India in 1915, and in 17 to 18, he became the most famous for successfully using the non-violent protest to get better conditions for the mill workers and for the peasants growing indigo.
Okay, exactly. And who was the Nehru? I want answer from other people as well. Please do
Miss, can
participate.
I?
Haris, Jaze.
Miss,
Yes,
can I?
Bashir. Sure, sure. Yes, Bashir, you can speak up.
Yes, Miss. Miss Nehru, on the other hand, was Miss quite different. Miss, his father was Motilal.
Mm-hmm.
Miss, he was a rich and a successful lawyer. Miss, he was a lawyer of Allahabad.
Mm-hmm.
Miss, he was a leading member of the National Congress, but but
Yes.
Motilal was a great admirer of the British way of life. That Miss he sent his son. Miss, his son's name was Jawaharlal to be Miss to be educated at Harrow. Miss, it Harrow is Britain's leading public school, and Miss after the school he went to the Cambridge University of in London. Miss, the young Nehru, Miss, also trained in law in London before returning to India.
Basically,
Miss,
he was
after
that
that he
person
he
who
he
made the
involved in
decision over
politics.
there, right? Especially in his political party, he was the person who made the decision, who decides or who made the strategy to apply. You can say against the Britishers. What happened in World War One? G. क्या हुआ था वर्ल्ड वॉर वन में? Alicia.
Miss, in World War One and the subcontinent to the British surprise, many Indians they like really supported the British going to war against the Germany. In fact, during the 4 years of war, 2 million Indians they served in the British Armed Force. However, this keenness it came soon to an end, and they started opposing the British government as it increased. In Europe, as in the Indian troops, they suffered a lot of heavy casualties, and then in Iraq, many Indian troops they were forced to surrender and they were taken as slaves. And then there was a bombarded by the German, which caused a lot of Indians to a lot of deaths of Indians. Then later 406, as they were on their way to Canada, when war broke out, they were like refused the permission to land. On their return to Kolkata, the Sikhs they like marched on the government offices under the wrong impression that the British they had backed the Canadian decision, and that they were the reason that many of their people died. And then they like fired, and they were many Sikhs they were fired and arrested by the police. And this event turned a lot of Sikhs to against the government, and they use violence to get their rights.
Exactly. Basically, this World War is broke out between the main countries. I think that was 30 nations or 30 countries were there. The mainly Britons were completely against the Germany's, Austria, and Hungary. They all were on one side, and like if we talk about the France, Britain, Russia, Italy, Japan, they all were on one side. So basically, that was the reason to you can say to form the central power, especially Germany. They wanted to make themselves the central power. This is the reason, and Britain they did not want this thing, बिकॉज काफ़ी चीज़ें जो थी फिर वो उनके अंडर चली जाती हैं, और जो है वो अपने आप को पावरफुल बनाने के बाद वो ब्रिटेन्स को भी जो थे वो सप्रेस कर सकते थे. This is the reason this war broke out, and because Britishers they were working over there, they were living in the Indian subcontinent, the subcontinent. So this is the reason they made Indians sacrifice uh, for the sake of their reputation, or for sake of their country, Britain. Amritsar massacre. Have we done this one in the last class?
No,
No.
miss.
No. Okay, ji. So basically, it's all about the Amritsar massacre. Massacre is a place over there. That what happened. So who gonna read it? जी अहमद.
Miss, can I?
बशीर अहमद raise his hand first. आप उसके बाद पढ़ लीजिएगा. जी बशीर start
Okay,
कीजिए
Miss.
जरा. अहमद start कीजिए.
A key moment, the Amritsar massacre, 1919. Though the Montagu Chelmsford reforms gave Indians some say in their affairs, the government also made things more difficult for the nationalist leaders who wanted the British to hand over more power. The Rowlatt Act authorized the army and police to arrest people for political offences and imprison them without trial. Muslims and Hindus united against the Rowlatt Act, and Gandhi called for mass protests across the country. The British governor of the Punjab ordered an end to all the demonstrations, but amidst a large crowd gathered at the Jallianwala Bagh, an open space with a single entrance and surrounded by houses. in charge of maintaining law and order was General Dyer, who sealed the exit and without any warning ordered his troops to fire on the crowd. Between 3 to 500 people were killed, including women and children, and hundreds of others were wounded. Dyer lost his job but was not otherwise punished. It never crossed his mind that he had done anything wrong. His task was to maintain law and order, he said, and he had punished those who had disobeyed the order not to demonstrate.
Okay,
The
now wait.
Amritsar massacre.
So what happened over there? Amritsar massacre. That was though the Montagu Chelmsford. The pronunciation is Chelmsford. Basically, that person he reformed some of the acts against the Indians or to give the Indians because of the some affairs, the official of the government affairs. The government also made things more difficult for the nationalist leader. जो वहाँ के लोग थे उनके लिए भी वो लोग काफ़ी प्रॉब्लम्स क्रिएट कर रहे थे एंड दे वांटेड द ब्रिटिश टू हैंड ओवर मोर पावर जितनी पावर्स हैं जितनी भी जो उनकी अथॉरिटीज़ हैं वो ब्रिटिशर्स को सब मिल जाए द रॉलेट एक्ट ऑथोराइज द आर्मी एंड पुलिस टू अरेस्ट पीपल फॉर पॉलिटिकल ऑफेंसेस इफ समवन go against the political offenses or someone is do the political offenses or go against the government British government so police has right to arrest them or the army has right to arrest them so this is the reason that was completely against for the Muslims and the Hindus and this is the reason they became aggressive against this Rowlatt Act and Gandhi called for mass protest across the country. The British governor of the Punjab ordered an end all of the demonstration. If you talk about the Amritsar, so people they just came and you can say they came together over there in Jallianwala Bagh just for the sake of the protest. Some of the people became violent over there because of the Britishers. They were you can say they became rigid and this is the reason those people started became violent over there तो उन्होंने जो है वो फिर जो कुछ लोग जो थे वहाँ पर बहुत ज़्यादा aggressive हो गए थे like to open the fire or kill them in front of then and there so this thing is not allowed and nobody is allowed to take law and order in their own hand कोई ये चीज़ नहीं कर सकता इवन पुलिस या फिर आर्मी जो आपकी फोर्सेस होती हैं गवर्नमेंट ऑफिसर्स होते हैं दे हैव नो राइट इवन to take law and order in their own hand. So the General Dyer, he was that person who was, you can say, uh, he was the responsible person of his own troop or own team, basically, who was controlling the whole crowd. And just because of this reason, he just opened the fire. Some of the people killed over, they just killed on the spot, especially women and children. They were innocent, and hundreds of people they were wounded just because of this reason, Dyer lost his job, but he did not accept anything that he did something wrong with the people. His task was to maintain law and order. He said he had punished those who had disobeyed the order not to be demonstrated. So basically, they were very rigid with the thought as well. The Amritsar massacre was one of the blackest day of the British Empire. Previously, mainly Indians had admired the British just because of this incident. Their followers, you can say, they were decreased. For the nationalist leader, a gradual movement towards self-government with the British Empire was not enough. So finally, people made the decision that self-rule of India is more, you can say, it's more appropriate to do this thing rather than to follow the British government. So Swaraj और independence now became the demand. तो स्वराज या फिर self rule का जो concept था वो बहुत ज़्यादा बढ़ गया था उसकी demand बहुत ज़्यादा increase हो गई थी. Yes, Reena, what's your question?
Act 1916. By now, Muslims and Hindus were working more closely together. This closer cooperation was mainly the result of a meeting organized by Jinnah between the leaders of the Muslim League and Congress at Lucknow in 1916. Jinnah was then a member of both parties. By the Lucknow Pact, both parties agreed to make common demands of the British government, and most importantly, Congress agreed that in any elections the Muslims should have separate electorate
Electorate.
electorate electorate so that the Hindu majority would not complete outvote them. The Khilafat movement 1912 till 24. The British government had promised that despite the Ottoman defeat, the Caliph, held in high esteem by all Muslims as their leader, would retain his position. Indian Muslims were outraged when, by the Treaty of Versailles in 1919, the British went back on their word. They did not abolish the caliphate, but almost away its main responsibility for looking after the holy cities, Makkah and Medina. Consequently, two brothers, Maulana Shaukat Ali and Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar, created the Khilafat movement with the aim of forcing the restoration of the caliphate. They called on Muslims to boycott British goods and avoid cooperation with the British until their demand were accepted.
Okay, stop.
Simultaneously,
Stop. एक minute. So, in the if we talk about the Lucknow Pact, what happened over there? That was the meeting. You can say was called by the Hindus and Muslim leaders, the nationalist leaders, so they could work together against the British government, or if they or they can put their demands in front of them. What were these demands? Jinnah was then a member of both parties, so he was working for both of the parties. Agreed to make common demands to the British government. Definitely, they want a separate election for the Hindu community, and also they want a separate election for the Muslim community. The reason is because some of the Muslims they demanded, just because of that अगर सिर्फ हिंदू majority में जो elections किए जाएंगे, definitely the Muslims right will be suppressed by the Hindu majority, definitely, because ये ना हो कि सिर्फ एक community के जो है वो elections हों और मुसलमान और हिंदू ने सब ने मिलके उन्हीं को वोट कर दिया. So this is the reason, because on the basis of the religion, this is what things were different basically. What is the Khilafat movement? ये क्या थी basically? कैसे शुरू हुई? This the Khilafat movement was started by this campaign started by the Maulana Shaukat Ali and Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar. They also you can say great political leaders. They worked a lot for the Muslim people as well. Basically, the British government had promised that despite the Ottoman defeat, the Caliph had in high esteem by all Muslims, as their leader would retain his position. Turkey play and system. This is the reason some of the Britishers they wanted to capture the places of Makkah and Medina as well. But what happened? How this? When this issue was not, you can say, addressed by the British government or the Ottoman empires or those people who working in the Turkish government, they did not address these things. This is the reason these two people they allowed or they started this campaign that not a single Muslim purchased any British good. The reason is they started boycotting of the British good, and they avoid cooperation with the British until their demand were accepted. If they talk about the simultaneously, Gandhi and the Indian National Congress organized their own campaign of non-cooperation demanding Swaraj. Immediately, Gandhi supported the demand of the Khilafat movement as well. So the British faced the combined anger. Basically उन्होंने खिलाफत मूवमेंट को भी जो है वो अपने बहुत मेन फोकस उसको बनाया अगेंस्ट द ब्रिटिशर्स, और जो उनकी स्वराज का एक सेल्फ रूल का जो कॉन्सेप्ट था उसको भी जो है वो मेजर इशू बनाकर ब्रिटिशर्स के आगे जो है उसको सर्व करने की कोशिश की. दिस इज द रीजन ऑल द हिंदूज एंड मुस्लिम्स दे वर कंबाइंड टुगेदर फॉर द पर्टिकुलर टाइम being. Movements of the British faced the combined anger of Hindus and Muslims. What happened 1920 to 22? The situation was getting worse for all the Indian peoples. The Khilafat movement ordered people and students not to attend British-run schools. Definitely, they had already built the infrastructures like schools and colleges. So those who were studying over there, उनको मना कर दिया गया था कि वो schools और colleges ना जाएं. But just because of this reason, that Maulana Muhammad Ali Johar, he was put in the prison. There was also serious violence between Hindus and Muslims in 1920 to 21, first in the valley of the Ganga and the south in India. एक जगह पर अपने मुसलमान और हिंदू अपने रिलीजन के बेसिस पे जो थे वो झगड़ा कर रहे थे, लड़ रहे थे. This is the reason ये काफ़ी issues हुए. The Simmons Commission 1928, the British government. So what was that? Who wanna read it? G. Alina, start reading.
Miss, I have a question.
Simon Commission 1928, the British government made another serious mistake by excluding Indians from a commission led by Lord Simon to make recommendations about India's future form of government. Congress then appointed its own committee which decided that India should have complete self-rule. On 26 January 1929 in Lahore, Congress leaders cheered as the green saffron and white flag of India was raised for the first time. A key moment for Muslim-Hindu relations, the Nehru Report 1928. At this time, a group charted by Motilal Nehru with
Motilal Nehru.
Motilal Nehru
Jawaharlal Nehru.
Jawaharlal Nehru as its secretary prepared a report which recommended not only that India should demand complete independence from Britain but also that there should no longer be separate Muslim electorates. In the new free India, there should be no division based on religion. The Muslim League was unhappy about this as they feared that huge Hindu majority would ignore Muslim needs.
Okay, now so the Simon Commission basically that was leading by the Lord Simon. He was also the you can say the political leader, government official. He was there. Basically, they called the meeting. You can say except the or excluding the Indian people or Indian official leaders or the political leaders. So that was the biggest mistake for them कि जो ब्रिटिशर्स ने आपस में मीटिंग कॉल करके जो है वो अपने डिसीजन ले लिए कि इंडिया के फ्यूचर क्या होगा, फर्दरली गवर्नमेंट कैसे फॉर्म होनी चाहिए, व्हाट वुड बी द लॉज एंड रूल्स एंड रेगुलेशंस. दैट वाज द बिगेस्ट मिस्टेक फॉर देम. तो दिस इज द रीजन फॉर अगेंस्ट, और आप ये कह सकते हो कि इसके अगेंस्ट में अगेन कांग्रेस बेसिकली दे कॉल्ड द सेम मीटिंग, you can say to apply this whole situation as a self rule. And this is the reason they took the decision on 26 January 1929, and they started, or you can say that was the first time they raised their uh, flag, the Indian flag basically. उस टाइम पे ज़ाहिर है पाकिस्तान का तो कोई सिचुएशन थी नहीं, तो मुसलमान और हिंदू सब एक साथ ही काम कर रहे थे, तो दे रेज देयर फर्स्ट टाइम देयर फ्लैग अगेंस्ट दिस होल कमीशन और होल दिस कमिटी. सो ये आप कह सकते हो कि सिचुएशन वाज वेरी वर्स्ट. What points were mentioned in the report? Definitely there was no division on the basis of the religion, whether they belong to the Hindu or Muslim community. The Muslim League was unhappy. The reason is definitely जब हम बात करें किसी मेजोरिटी की, तो बेसिकली वो अपने ही रिलीजन को जो है वो बेसिकली अपलिफ्ट करेंगे. दिस इज़ द रीज़न के बहुत सारी ऐसी वजूहात की वजह से काफ़ी रीजंस की वजह से जो मुस्लिम्स की जो राइट्स है वो सप्रेस्ड हो नहीं थे. So that was totally unfair for the Muslim community. What happened on the against of these points? Jinnah basically put some of their main points, you can say, in the favor of the Muslim. 14 points, they are very important. What were these? Basically put forward 14 points which were to be the basis for the Muslim League's future discussion with Congress. These were the 14 points which was, you can say, put in front of the Congress as well, Indian National Congress as well, about the future discussion of the Muslim community. These 14 points clarified the position of the Muslims in India in the years to come. इसमें प्रोडिक्शन बताई गई थी कि मुसलमानों के साथ जो है वो कौन कौन से इनको राइट्स देने चाहिए इन द फ्यूचर, और अगर नहीं दिए जाएंगे तो क्या क्या हो सकता है, डेफिनेटली ऑन द बेसिस ऑफ द रिलीजन. Now people can see or read it, these 14 points as well. Gandhi marched to the sea and the Round Table Conference. Yes, can anybody read this? Sania or Zunaira?
Yes, Miss. Gandhi's march to the sea and the Round Table Conferences. In 1930, Gandhi decided to oppose the hated salt tax. The British controlled all salt production mainly from salt pans beside the sea. So Gandhi led a much publicized march to the sea and defied the law by picking up a handful of salt. This was the beginning of another mass disobedience campaign during which the British imprisoned at least 60,000 nationalist leaders, including Gandhi and Nehru. Between 1930 and 1932, the British government held 3 round-table conferences in London to which all the political leaders, Muslims, the princes, and the Congress were invited. Mr. Jinnah attended the first conference. Mr. Gandhi did not. The Congress boycotted the conference and no progress was made. In 1931, when Gandhi came to the second conference, he would not agree to any party other than Congress representing the Indians. They simply strengthened the Muslim resolve to protect their rights. For the Third Conference in 1932, Gandhi was imprisoned for his civil disobedience movement and Jinnah had not been invited. The Muslim delegation was led by Aga Khan III, Sir Sultan Muhammad Shah. However, these roundtable conferences backed Muslim demands that Sindh and the northwest frontier region should each become a province with its own governor.
Okay, so basically they are talking about the round table conference, काफी important और बड़ा roles who came from abroad. They were also invited. What was the reason? Because it was a complete disobedience that was done by the Indian people, especially the Gandhi. He also wanted to conquer the salt production as well, because उस टाइम पे वो सारी ब्रिटिशर्स के अंडर थी. किस तरीके से मैनेज करना था, किस तरीके से प्रोडक्शन करनी थी, कैसे सेल आउट करनी थी, स्पेशली दोज टैक्सेस दैट वाज imposed by the Britishers on the Indian people. That was the beginning of another mass disobedience because people became more violent. और जो protesters जो थे वहाँ पे, जो writers थे या फिर जो उनके protesters थे, वो काफ़ी बहुत ज़्यादा majority में बढ़ चुके थे. This is the reason the situation a bit was totally out of control from the Britishers or British Army or the British police. Imprisoned at least 60,000 nationalist leaders, including Gandhi and Nehru. तो इस वजह से, इस प्रोटेस्ट की वजह से जो बहुत ज़्यादा वायलेंट हो चुका था, these people, this nationalist leader, they were arrested. What happened in the next? The three roundtable conference were held in London with all the political leaders between 1930 till 32. Muslim political leaders, Muslims and princes and the Congress, they all were invited. Attended the first conference, Mr. Gandhi did not over there. That was the Congress boycotted the conference and no progress was made. तो पहली conference हुई थी, उसमें कोई decision नहीं हुआ था, कोई बात नहीं हुई थी, because the one party was not there. The next one, when Gandhi came to the second conference, he would not agree because there were other nationalist leaders या Britishers जो थे वो basically कांग्रेस को represent करने की कोशिश कर रहे थे या फिर उनके points को जो है वो नहीं सुन रहे थे या फिर उनके issues को नहीं सुन रहे थे. This is the reason कि गांधी he was not agreed कि कोई भी जो है वो कांग्रेस को represent करे except Indians या फिर वो लोग जो उस पार्टी को support करते हैं या इस पार्टी का हिस्सा हैं. Simply strengthen the Muslim resolve to protect their rights. For the third conference, Gandhi was in the prison for his civil disobedience movement and Jinnah had not been invited. तो मतलब ये जितनी भी कॉन्फ्रेंस हुई थी इसमें बड़े बड़े लोग मौजूद थे, डेलीगेट्स मौजूद थे, but there was no decision. You can say that was not made by the government or their officials. Okay, Sanya, it's fine. ठीक है जी, so I think we should just stop over here.